All right, I'm just going to be honest with you. All of the research for this video started because of a meme, and honestly, it could not have went any better.
Fair enough. Who doesn't like memes?
Today we're talking about Burger King. Okay, look, I have been sent this meme like 10,000 times in the last month. I'm not sure why. It must have went viral somewhere. Basically, the United States military has a Burger King that they can deploy anywhere on the planet in like 24 hours. So this piqued my interest for obvious reasons. I mean, nothing says you're outclassed like watching a foreign military drive a Burger King out the back of a cargo plane.
Brother, it's not even like that. Picture this. Picture in war. You've been sitting there in war, getting hammered for fucking days on end, hours on end, whatever it may be, right? And then all of a sudden, you see fucking a damn near AC-130 above you, and you're like, oh no, we're all gonna die. And then it drops a Burger King on the opposite side. This is just a morale boost. It doesn't actually serve food. It's like, yeah, it's just a big fuck you. You think you're good? Nah, we're better. It's like, America, we're so fat that we'll deploy goddamn fast food restaurants on the battlefield just because we can. We're that type of people. But that's what a $1 trillion budget will do for you.
With that in mind, I thought to myself, surely this is an incredible business that I should look into because they probably have a really impressive business model, and I was partially correct because it was definitely worth looking into. There is not an impressive business model behind this company, okay? Not only is there not an impressive business model, there's not even really a business model, okay? As far as I can tell, Burger King was literally founded to troll McDonald's, and that has pretty much been their only mandate ever since. But first, a word from our sponsor.
Delete me.
Yeah.
Hold on. Wait. Go back.
To troll McDonald's, and that has pretty much been their only mandate ever since. But first, a word from our sponsor.
That is fire. I want that. I don't even know what it is, but I want that.
Delete me.
Yeah, delete me.
The fuck?
You were hired for one ad only. You're done.
You're done, son.
There can only be one.
Do something.
You're on your own. His boobs are bigger, and he just made a Star Wars Highlander reference.
Damn. Damn.
Anyways, Delete Me, biggest sponsor of the channel. You guys know the deal by now. You give them money, they make sure the data brokers on the internet are not selling your personal information.
Yep.
These data brokers are legally required to stop selling your information if you ask them to the right way. Unfortunately, each data broker has a different right way. And Delete Me knows all of them. Not only do they go and they get all that information taken down, they continue to monitor all of these data brokers in case they get your information again, and then they tell them to quit selling it again. Buh, you can actually do all that yourself. Buh. I mean, yeah, you could. You could also wire your
It's crazy because I've been told people actually do that. They'll like spend an entire day doing this shit when you could just do this.
House and grow your own food, but at some point it becomes more cost and time effective to just let the professionals do their job, and plus they'll probably do a better job to begin with. I mean, here's the results they got for me. They reviewed over 18,000 listings from over 180 different data brokers and gotten over 3,000 listings removed almost every single month. And to be honest, I have absolutely no idea how long that would have taken me to do it if I decided to do it myself, but I'm 100% sure I would rather just pay Delete Me like $6 a month to do it.
Bit of a conspiracy. What if those brokers made Delete Me so they could make more money from people not thinking that they're on lists anymore?
For me. So if you're like me and you wanted to give Delete Me a try, I'm gonna have a link and a discount code down below. Let's get back to the video. All right, our story begins in 1954 when the founders of Burger King, Keith Kramer and Matthew Burns, went out to San Bernardino, California, and ate at the very first McDonald's, and they're like, holy shit, what a brilliant business model. They're selling cheap hamburgers through a drive-thru, just maximizing profits. It'd be a really good idea if we stole this exact business model and then took it over to the East Coast and started it in Jacksonville, Florida. They got a piece of equipment known as the Insta Broiler that they thought was going to be a faster and more efficient way to cook hamburgers, and opened up their very first Insta Burger King. And just like McDonald's, it was very successful right out of the gate. They rapidly started opening up new franchises all over the country. Now, the way they did franchises in the beginning was, well, it was kind of fucking stupid, to be honest with you. The way they did it was they would basically sell the rights to a district or a region of the United States to a franchisee, and that franchisee could then put up as many Burger Kings in that area as they wanted, and there was really no rules whatsoever. And what this meant was it was a restaurant and it said Burger King on the outside, but if you went to a different district where a franchisee ran their business completely differently, you were going to a different Burger King, but it was...
Bro, fucking Subway does this shit. I don't know if it's like nationwide, but they do that at least in where I'm at. And it's terrible because you'll go to one and it's fine, and then you'll go to another and it's absolutely abhorrent. And since I do pest control, I guess we just have the exclusive rights to do any place that calls themselves Subway. And for some reason, they're all bad. They all have bugs. They all have roaches. They all have the exact same kind of roaches in the exact same spot. So I don't know how that works out, but that's just Subway. I don't know about Burger King. We don't do Burger Kings because Burger Kings really don't exist in this area much anymore. There's like 3, I think.
It was basically a completely different restaurant. The only similarity was that they both sold hamburgers, which kind of makes sense from this like eye in the sky point of view, but from a consumer standpoint, it was very confusing. And this goes on for over a decade. They continue to open up franchises all over the United States. The entire company gets bought and sold out on like 3 separate occasions during that initial 10 years. And then in 1967, all 274 Burger King franchises get bought out by Pillsbury for $18 million.
Pillsbury?
From a standpoint, it was very confusing. And this goes on.
I didn't know Pillsbury had. Well, actually, no, that makes sense. Yo, did y'all know that fucking Arby's was bought by fucking Buffalo Wild Wings? Arby's was bought by Buffalo Wild Wings like years ago for like $1 billion, and I'm starting to like people. I guess just aren't asking the question: who the fuck is buying Arby's, bro?
Sir,
I'll get it together. I promise.
And the man from Pillsbury that gets put in charge of Burger King is an executive by the name of Norman Brinker. 2 things he does right out of the gate. He standardizes Burger King across the board. We're not going to have any more of this, like, you know, you have this experience in this district and this experience in that district. No, we're going to standardize it. All Burger Kings are going to be relatively the same. That way, when somebody's going from a different location to a different location, they can expect to find the same menu items and have relatively the same experience. And the second thing he does, he kicks off the long-standing Burger King tradition, and quite honestly, as far as I can tell, the only business model they've ever had of shit-talking McDonald's, because he launches a major ad campaign basically saying that Burger King is better than McDonald's because Burger King has bigger burgers. So naturally, McDonald's, being a good sport about it, launched a retaliatory ad campaign. No, I'm just kidding. They actually kicked off their long-standing tradition of having frivolous lawsuits against rivals. They tried to sue Burger King and lost, which is honestly a pretty...
What the fuck are you gonna sue them for, bro? They do the same thing, but they're just better at it, supposedly.
Incredible lack of a sense of humor on McDonald's part, considering that their mascot is a clown. Awesome. So Burger King continues to smack talk McDonald's. McDonald's continues to cry about it. The next big thing that Burger King does is they start landing licensing agreements with big companies like Lucasfilms and Disney. And for my inner child, this is my favorite part, because this is an objective fact that Burger King had the best Happy Meal toys my entire childhood, okay? They start having Happy Meal toys of all the upcoming Disney movies. They start having memorabilia for the Star Wars movies. They had literally the best Happy Meal toy of all time.
Facts,
the golden
I forgot
Pokemon
about that
card, okay? I remember
that shit was goated. I'm not gonna lie to you. Kids would come to the playground. They would come to school with these motherfuckers. Well, at least the kids that didn't have like overly Christian parents. And obviously we didn't battle with them, but like you better believe, the more you had, the more clout you had. That was back in the day. And I'm telling you, bro, if you did some crazy shit, if you had like a crazy ass collection, you better keep eyes on your bag, because them niggas is getting snatched from you daily. And I think my favorite part was I saw one kid literally whip a Pikachu, this is metal by the way, but this is back when child safety was not the utmost concern, bro. He whipped a metal Pokemon card that some kids had cracked his head open. Not a skull, but just like the skin or whatever. Kid was bleeding. Shit was funny. Shouldn't have been talking shit. Yeah, he only had a Pikachu, but yeah, now fuck you, kid. That was great.
When I was like 7, 8 years old, opening up that Pokeball case and thinking that I was immediately a millionaire like fucking Scrooge McDuck. It was the best toy ever as a child.
Yeah, oh god, this is how it was. This is how you really felt.
This is brilliant marketing on Burger King's part, because let me tell you, as a child, I viewed going to Burger King as an investment opportunity, okay? I was trying to convince my parents to go to Burger King breakfast, lunch, and dinner so I could get more gold and become rich. By the 1980s, Burger King is absolutely losing to McDonald's on the business front, so they have the horrible idea of like, hey, you know what would help if we added a bunch of random shit to the menu?
Whoa. Well, they still have this. Ew. No. The fuck? Sure. Veal. Damn. Veal. Okay.
To give people more options. Okay, this is a horrible idea. I've said this once, I'll say it again because I wholeheartedly believe it. Adding more options is almost never a good thing on the business front, especially in the restaurant industry.
It's a hamburger made out of meat on a bun with nothing. Add ketchup if you want, I couldn't care less.
I mean, look at Chick-fil-A. I did a whole video on that previously. It is pound for pound easily the most effective and profitable fast food chain in the world right now.
Hey, see, what I'm always talking about is also having too many options. You get option paralysis. So that's why a lot of things come in threes, because it's easier to choose from 3 than it is from 4, apparently. That's like a psychology thing. But, I mean, fuck, whatever. Y'all do what y'all want to do.
Got 1/7 as many locations as McDonald's. They're only open 6 days out of the week as opposed to 7. And each Chick-fil-A outperforms a McDonald's by a factor of like 20. And look at what they're doing. They're selling chicken sandwiches. That's it. They've got one fucking menu item and they're wrecking house. Okay, KISS method. Keep it simple, stupid. Overcomplicating shit almost never works. I mean, look at German engineering. Oh my God, everything they work on is an engineering marvel. It's so complex. Nobody else could possibly keep up. Keep up at what? Losing fucking world wars? Ask any mechanic on the planet if they want to work on a BMW. They're going to say fuck no, because it's an overcomplicated piece of shit. But that's what Burger King does, desperately trying to keep up with McDonald's. Over the course of the next decade, it drives the franchise straight into the ground, and by 1989, they have to end up selling to some big European conglomerate, Grand Metro, for $5.7 billion. Oh wait, I almost forgot literally the worst and scariest part of this entire video. In addition to adding a bunch of different items to the menu, one of the items that they added was a bigger version of the Whopper, because McDonald's around this point in time came out with the Quarter Pounder, so Burger King wanted to one-up them, so they came up with the Third Pounder. Okay, not a horrible idea. Bigger is better. Great marketing ploy.
So I heard that A&W did something like this, and they were like, they have a 4th pound burger and we have a 1/3 of a pound burger, and it didn't sell because people thought a 1/4 of a pound was bigger than a 1/3 of a pound. Now, if you're not picking up what I'm saying, one was 25% essentially, and the other one was 33.33 repeating percent. Now, I don't know about you, as a professional card-carrying certified retard, I would say, I know it's a hot take, I would say that 25 is smaller than 33. I don't know, maybe. Maybe that's just me. But we'll figure it out later.
Okay, what they underestimated was how fucking stupid people are. Okay, the 1/3 pounder was a complete flop and nobody could figure out why for the life of them. It was basically the same price as a 1/4 pounder. Literally more hamburger for the same amount of money. So they did a bunch of market research, and what the market research found out was the average person at a glance thought that the 1/4 pounder was the better deal because 4 is a bigger number than 3.
I don't believe you.
Okay, do you understand how fucking stupid that is? It's like calling up a pizza place and being like, hey, can you do me a solid? I want to order a large pepperoni pizza, but instead, can you cut it into 12 pieces instead of 10? Because I'm really hungry right now. I swear, every time I think about this, I have an existential crisis, okay? Like, what?
Oh, no.
All right, look, I'm not saying I don't like democracy necessarily, but every time I hear shit like this, and I know that these people's vote count for as much as my vote does, fucking, we're just gonna move on.
See, this is what you need to do. Take numbers out of shit, okay? Just take my keyboard. Fucking, okay. Thank you, keyboard. Thank you for that. What was I saying? Oh yeah, people, retarded. Yeah, just at a glance. Yeah, you need to take the numbers out of the food. Like, you just take the numbers out of the food, because people that don't know numbers very well, myself included, but people who don't know numbers very well will look at that shit and be like, yeah, okay, well, since 4 is bigger than 3, I guess this is a better deal. But see, what they're not understanding is fractions. Remember that? Remember that in school? Fucking fractions. Okay, so if you were to ask somebody, I feel like if you went to the street, ask somebody, this is 1/4, this is 1/3. They're fractions. Which one is bigger? And go from there. I feel like you wouldn't be shocked at the results, but also you would be shocked at the results. You know what I'm saying? Oh, but whatever.
And this is where we get to the Burger King that we really know today, because Grand Metro has a two-pronged approach on how to turn this company around. Prong 1, they're going to expand globally, have Burger Kings all over the world. That part works out really well. The second prong, they're going to double down on historically what has worked for Burger King, primarily continuing to get licensing deals for awesome kids meal toys and shit-talking McDonald's. So we're just going to go ahead and go right down the list of their greatest McDonald's trolls of all time. There's their unofficial slogan, why eat with a clown when you could dine with a king? There's was that time that they had a Burger King dressed up as a McDonald's for Halloween. Then there's probably one of the best ads I think I've seen in my entire life. There's multiple videos and accounts on the internet of people that have had a McDonald's hamburger for like 25 years, and the thing hasn't aged. It doesn't mold, it doesn't deteriorate. It looks very similar to the day that it was bought. So Burger King, obviously taking a shot at McDonald's with this, made an ad where they showed a Whopper getting moldy and decaying over the course of 34 days. Literally just saying the quiet part out loud, like, is our food good? No, not really, but at least bacteria is willing to eat it, unlike McDonald's. Okay, that's an incredible ad. Literally scientifically proving in like 30 seconds flat that they are healthier than the competition is brilliant. But just for the record, I am absolutely not saying that Burger King is healthy for you, okay? The Bacon King has like 2,100 calories just in the sandwich, okay? I ate one like 3 weeks ago. It felt like my cardiovascular system got shifted into 4 low for like 3 hours. But it did taste better than a Big Mac, so there is that. Which brings me to my next point. Their burgers are substantially bigger than McDonald's, and they like to prove that in the funniest ways possible, one of which is with one of the most iconic ads of all time, the Tiny Hands ad.
Have a BK double cheeseburger with us.
Nah, I'm gonna hit McDonald's at halftime.
Are you kidding?
I have these tiny hands, and that BK double cheeseburger is so big, it's gonna make them look even tinier.
Then there was that time when the new It movie premiered in Germany. They effectively turned the entire It film into one major advertisement for Burger King.
The fuck?
And while those ads are funny and memorable, at the end of the day, it's just clever marketing. It's not actually trolling the enemy, which they also excel at. So you know how Burger Kings are always like right next?
See, but like, who's a better troll? Wendy's or Burger King? 'Cause I'm pretty sure it's Wendy's. Either that or it's just whoever they got on their social media accounts, specifically their Twitter. They're doing the Lord's work.
Or across the street from a McDonald's. Well, somebody at Burger King got the brilliant idea. They're like, hey, we've got this mobile app. What if we came up with a way to make it so people were incentivized to go to McDonald's to order food from Burger King? They created what they called the Whopper Detour, and basically what they did is they used the GPS tracking inside of the Burger King app, and if you were inside of a McDonald's location while you were ordering on your phone from Burger King, they would only charge you $1 for a Whopper, effectively driving more business over to Burger King selling cheaper hamburgers, but also giving the illusion that people were walking into McDonald's, standing there for a few minutes, and then leaving empty-handed and dissatisfied before walking next door to Burger King. And my personal favorite troll.
I'm surprised more and more places are doing that, because that was great. I did that shit. Like, not only do I get to troll, but I also get cheap food. Can't beat that, especially now. Times are tough. So.
Actually happened this year in 2024. What happened was, over in Ireland, there's a small chain of like 100 restaurants called Supermax. And McDonald's has effectively been trying to sue this company because apparently Supermax is infringing upon their trademark of the Big Mac, and they've been taking them to court for a couple of years, and they recently just lost in court, effectively losing their trademark for the Big Mac term in all of the European Union. So Burger King immediately quit selling Whoppers and is now selling not Big Macs at every BK in Europe. And McDonald's can't do a single thing about it because they lost the trademark to the term Big Mac, and it's absolutely beautiful. And while the savagery was pretty uniquely pointed at McDonald's in particular for a long time, it's kind of leaked out and now anybody can get it. Ever since Burger King got Twitter, they're just clapping back at everybody online. In 2018, Kanye tweeted that McDonald's was his favorite restaurant, to which BK reposted and just said, that explains a lot, which is a tweet that is just aged like fine wine.
Yeah,
in 2021, on International Women's Day, Burger King tweeted,
what?
Women belong in the kitchen.
What
now,
the fuck,
credit,
dude?
the first comment made immediately after that tweet and pinned by Burger King was explaining how women only account for 20% of chefs and they wanted to get more women involved in the culinary industry. However, people are clicking into the
yeah, buddy, yeah. Great, great fucking save.
Comment section and reading the comments. Once they read that, they're just clicking and immediately getting pissed off and typing something furiously. So once again, Burger King gave the average person too much credit on their intelligence, and nobody actually read the secondary part where they like had a heartfelt message of trying to, you know, get women into the workforce. No, people were just immediately pissed. And then who could forget December 9th, 2024, right after the man that assassinated the healthcare CEO was captured after being identified by a McDonald's worker, Burger King allegedly tweeted, "We don't snitch."
This motherfucker don't miss.
Now, in Burger King's defense, that's not a real tweet, and they didn't actually tweet that. That was fabricated and then spread all over the internet after the fact. However, the fact that a lot of people had to go online and verify that that was a fake tweet speaks volumes. Which brings us to the Burger King scandals, because let's face it, you can't troll this hard and be this savage on the internet, not go a little bit too far every once in a while, and they've done it. In 2009, they had the Whopper sacrifice campaign, and you could literally download an app on your phone that would integrate with Facebook, and you could pick 10 people to delete off your friends list. And if you did it, it would send a message to that friend that you unfriended, and it would be like, you just got sacrificed for a Whopper, and then after you did that 10 times, you would get a coupon for a free Whopper. Apparently, a bunch of people got really mad about this. Personally, I think that's absolutely hilarious. If you're gonna get mad at me because I unfriended you on Facebook to get a free Whopper and you're not understanding, honestly, I don't know why we're friends to begin with in the first place. Okay, back when
I'm about to say, at that point, you should just probably kill yourself in Minecraft, like.
Have Facebook, I would unfriend the best man in my wedding every year on his birthday and then re-add him the next day for no other reason that it was funny, okay? If you incentivized me with free Whoppers, I'd do it every day. And guess what? He would laugh every single day because that shit's funny. But this pales in comparison to their biggest scandal ever. In 2018, it was the Russian Soccer World Cup, and a Burger King franchise in Russia advertised and offered up $47,000 in cash and a lifetime supply of free Whoppers to any woman that would get impregnated by a World Cup soccer player. This was to, and I quote, get the best football genes and lay down the success of the Russian national football team. Now, on one hand, is that funny? My lawyer told me that I have to say no.
No, that's fucking great.
On the other hand, could you imagine some Russian woman getting knocked up by a football player and immediately calling JG Wentworth?
It's my money and I need it now!
And the craziest part about all this is that people weren't actually mad that Burger King was essentially incentivizing women to become gold diggers for Whoppers. No, the public outcry was essentially saying that this promotion excluded women that weren't capable of bearing children. No, I'm just fucking with you. But the fact that I had you going for that long speaks volumes of the world that we live in today. So yeah, in conclusion, that is Burger King in a nutshell. They were basically founded to troll McDonald's, and now they just fuck with everybody for fun and sell hamburgers on the side. Is it a good business model? One that I would recommend that you pursue? Probably not, but also, I'm here for it. Thank you for watching. Best way to support the channel is go buy some merch over at thefatelectrician.com. Quack bang out.
Hey, I mean, oh god, that's exactly what I'd do if I could too. And I feel like Wendy's was kind of doing it, but then I guess they stopped. But Wendy's, I feel like everyone knows that Wendy's was good back in the day when they had the yellow containers for everything. And now that when they switched, they're just kind of trash now. They're not really good. And like, I thought it was funny that everyone was complaining about how shitty their fries were, and then all of a sudden they started making better fries. So I mean, maybe if we keep telling them they're fucking shit, like with the Sonic movie, you remember that, how the entire internet bullied an entire studio to redo Sonic because that shit looked like hot dick. I feel like we can do that again with food corporations, but that's